What is going on YouTube? This is Jim back with another video here to talk to you guys today about Forspoken. This demo came out during the Video Game Awards, as most of my videos have been this week, talking all about VGA stuff and the fallout thereof. I'm going to talk to you guys today about the demo that I played on my PlayStation 5 and give you guys my full impressions. But before I do, I'd love for you guys to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all your support. Since I've been putting this up here, I've actually seen more subscriptions. Shocker. I know. What you're looking at is not my gameplay footage. My gameplay footage, which I pulled down from Twitch, looks atrocious. And I hate PlayStation's uploading, and I hate their utilization of the built-in streaming feature, which forces you to use low-quality Twitch. So I pulled this from the official PlayStation channel. And we're going to talk about it. It's a 10-minute gameplay trailer. I don't think I'm going to go all 10 minutes. They're just showing snippets. There's a narrator who's talking about some of the different places you'll visit and see and all that stuff. I'm not here to talk about that. I want to talk about two things. One, I want to talk about graphics. Two, I want to talk about combat, okay? First, let's talk about graphics. This game does support 120 FPS mode, which has become my absolute new favorite way to play any single game after upgrading to my new Samsung television. I love that this game supports it. It also has a 30 FPS high quality mode and a ray tracing mode, which I don't even know if it hits 30 FPS. It also has a 60 frame per second mode and then the 120 frame per second mode, which is the way that I played this game, and it was incredibly enjoyable. Silky smooth, not a lot of popping, surprisingly, considering it's such an open world game. The detail on the main character, her name is Frey, is amazing. I really like her, and she seems like a very interesting character to play with. I'm curious to see what her adventure is going to lead to. Which leads me to the second part of this, the kind of gameplay experience in of itself, the open world element to it, the combat, all that wonderful stuff. This game is what Square Enix is calling a narrative-driven adventure, and it's going to allow you to go anywhere at any time. There is no gating in this game. At least that's what Square Enix has said. Now, the little bit that I played during my demo, I didn't really notice anything where I couldn't get in, like locked doors or anything like that. There were definitely areas that were significantly farther away than I thought I should have been. This does follow the traditional Assassin's Creed tower, essentially, where you'll find these big beacons. You walk over to them. It will illuminate a part of the map, which then allows you to go around and to kind of see all of the items around you and the treasure chests and enemies and that sort of thing. And I think you could get lost doing that because it's so easy to traverse. It's got this automatic parkour system. You just hold down circle and you run, and your character will jump, flip, and fly and just go crazy all over the terrain, which is really, really cool. I suspect later on, as you get more abilities, you may be able to modify that just a little bit more as well, which is kind of nice. The rewarding part of this game is everywhere that I went and everything that I did led to a reward. I got some sort of treasure or some sort of insight into the world, which I really appreciated, because a lot of times in these games, I feel like you kind of work your way to something and they go, oh, you don't have the item you need to progress, or you're missing a key quest item, or I don't think we should be here right now, and you leave. I didn't experience any of that in this game. And if that does remain to be true, that is awesome, because it's incredibly frustrating when you play these games and you have this nonsensical, artificial kind of forcing you to play a game a certain way. That's one of the reasons I actually did not finish Horizon 2 Forbidden West, because I felt like every time I was getting somewhere, the game was gating me. And it's like, oh, I shouldn't be exploring this right now. And I don't like that. I just want to go out and do my own thing. So when I saw that this is what Square Enix is calling that narrative-driven adventure, which will allow you to go anywhere, I like that. If I want to go get lost in a town or in a cave or in some part of the map that maybe I'm not supposed to be in, let me do that on my own. So I did appreciate that. The combat, as you're seeing a just litany of cool gameplay footage here, this is actually how the gameplay is. You're going to be able to take different types of spells. You're going to have like an offensive spell and a support spell, and you're going to be able to toggle between two of those, and you're going to be able to do some really cool things. flame swords, fire javelins, flame walls, slowing things down. I was using my hand, I was sticking my hand out and I was shooting like machine gun rounds out of it, which was actually really, really cool. And I know there's more. There's a massive skill tree. You're going to be able to kind of play the way you want to and toggle between spells very rapidly to pull off some really cool combinations. And in the little bit that I played, I was definitely starting to kind of like warm up to some of those really cool combinations. And it made it a ton of fun to play, and it felt really natural and fun to be able to just whip out different spells very, very quickly, which I liked. The really cool thing about this game in terms of the flow of the combat is you're constantly getting experience based off like this Devil May Cry type format. So as you do more damage or as you do cooler things in combat, you will get more as points. You see that rolling grade meter on the right hand side of the screen, but it's also giving you basically experience for doing things. Oh, you use 2 support spells in a row. Oh, you hit 10 enemies without getting hit, or you whatever. You used a weak spell, like an enemy. You killed an enemy with something that they were weak to, like you used lightning on an enemy that was water based, something along those lines. It was great, and it was fun to kind of start to explore that and to kind of see what that combat system was. Seems like there's going to be a ton of customization in terms of just the overall flow of the game, which I really, really liked. Now, it's not all roses. The one thing that I am struggling with is the overarching narrative of the game. So you're going to be basically be playing as this character named Frey. She gets transported to this other world, and she gets this sentient cuff that's on her wrist. It's like Jarvis. I thought the dude who did this voice, who I did the voice, was Jarvis, but it's a guy named Jonathan Cake. But I could have sworn it was the guy from Avengers. It sounds just like him. And these two have the most dialogue of any game I've ever heard. They are constantly talking to each other, constant banter. You're running down the field, they'll comment on the field. You climb up a wall, they'll talk about the wall. You stand still for 5 seconds, they ask you why you're standing still. It's constant. I can't imagine how much voiceover work went into this game to record that. Now, is it all unique? Well, it was for me, obviously, the first time I was playing. But is it unique through multiple playthroughs, through multiple sections? I don't know. But it definitely felt distracting because they continued to talk over and over and over again. And there were times that I just wanted to enjoy the silence and kind of the ambiance of the world. But I don't think that this game was designed for that. This is definitely a very chatty game. They're going to be talking between a lot of people throughout this game. So my understanding is this is going to be a PlayStation console exclusive for a few years. It may eventually make its way over to Xbox. But when you look at the who's who of this game, Gary Whitta, Amy Hennig, Bear McCreary did the sound. I think that this has all the makings to be amazing. And based on what I saw and how beautiful the game looked and how well the combat flowed, it's definitely something I want to check out. I know it's coming out in early January 2023. It seems like it's been delayed a few times, and it keeps kind of going back and forth on when it's going to come out. But it seems like they've settled on late January 2023, which would be awesome. By then, I might have recovered from all the other great games that have come out, and I can actually take some time and enjoy this stunning world for what it is. But that will wrap up my thoughts on Forspoken. Really interesting experience. Definitely as beautiful as it looks. Definitely plays very well. If you have a PlayStation 5, do yourself a favor. Go download the demo. It's on the PlayStation Store. Give it a chance and come back here after you've played it and leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.